Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back for another race in our continuing coverage of the Cross World Key Sanity Tournament. Today we have VioletPumpkin versus tstew14, and our commentators tonight will be Cyberchow and Belliberal. Joining me on tracking will be Latebit. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful commentators who are going to help you get through this race. So everybody sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Hello, I'm Belliberal, and how are you today, Cyberchow?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Oh, lovely. I'm so hyped to see this. This is game 3, and it is coming towards the end of this tournament. Every match has been so hype.
Yeah, I saw there was another match earlier today. You were commentating that one too, and that one came down to under 2 minutes difference, I believe.
Yes, it was. It was Andy versus Lin for their game 3 of Winners Bracket round 5, and Andy came out just squeaking in that victory of just about a minute or so. It was wonderful. And whoever wins this match right now will be facing Andy in the Winners Bracket.
And we should be seeing the start in just a few seconds. So let's see what happens.
Here we go. We're already... Oh, nope. They're both starting in Sanctuary. We're getting a small key to Desert Palace.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent small key to see early on in CrossKeys, because with the front of Desert having 3 entrances, you tend to end up running into that quickly more often, so that's 2 extra chests you can get once you find the front of Desert. And we find that Uncle is at the useless fairy drop down.
Okay, I was a little worried that this might not have even been randomized because Sanctuary was at Sanctuary. And we're just getting some rupees, that's it.
And we are seeing, looks like both of these runners are going to do the Houlihan.
This is a nice kind of comfy start, both of them kind of following in step of each other, so we're not going to see much of a difference quite yet until they start to diverge.
Yeah, not to mention it's a quick way to get over to Link's house when you started at Sank. Though save and quit can always do that. Link's got a shield in his house.
Would be better to have an item before you had a shield, but at least it's something.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say that the first shield is pretty useless, but there are certain times it comes in handy. Because funny thing is, you are counted as being in the shielding state when you're swimming. I've seen at least one fake flippers attempt ruined by the arrow guard on that bridge there near Hobo, and I have seen that even the first shield is enough to block that. Oh, and we find Blind's hut very quickly.
Oh, that is nice to see. We got today a flute. Oh my goodness.
Flute. Oh, yeah,
Flute
that is... And a glove.
And gloves. Oh my god. Less than 3 minutes in. Flute.
Yeah. So that opens up quite a lot of places for tstew to check. And, ooh, bush crab dropping red rupees. That's a nice start, although having already Hula Hand, they've got less of a need for early rupees.
And we're finding Thieves' Hideout here now. Take a peek. What is there? Nothing we need, so that is nice.
Yeah, that is definitely
Yeah, you don't
one of
want
the better
to
things.
have to see. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
one
don't
of
want
the
to
better
see an
things you can
Agassiz.
see at Lumberjack is either like just a useless item that you can see, or even better, the useless fairy, or I'd say the best thing to find there would be Uncle, because then you can just grab the items.
Yeah, for sure. Now, in saying that it's nice to see that it isn't an AGA 1 seed, I am really hoping that this one comes down to a pet seed. I haven't seen one yet, and I want one for this tournament.
Really? You haven't seen even one in this tournament? In Key Sanity, I'd say it's actually easier to get a PED seed because there are so many keys that can wind up as
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet this tournament. I haven't watched every match myself, but
yeah.
of all the ones that I've watched as a viewer or volunteered for, none of them have been a PED seed. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think
praying
there
that we do
was
get
one
one that
very
pays out.
early. Oh, and yeah, that dip into Right Side Desert does get a first bottle. But yeah, I think I actually commentated one very early in this tournament. Actually, I think it was the oh so classic Ice Rod pedestal.
Oh, that's classic. Like that. Just some more rupees from the tree pull, and we have found Ganon inside Skullwoods. Or, well, Lost Woods.
Yeah, good to see that Ganon is not in a tricky spot like his vanilla location. We are still looking for the well. No, that was a different seed. We haven't seen anything on about PED yet.
And there is Tower of Hera on VioletPumpkin's side in the left side of the old lady house.
Yes, and haven't gotten the health refill from the heart. Oh, and good, we've got vanilla well, so they don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, they get quick access to that. Nice 5 checks. We'll see what we get from that now.
First pot key.
And we got a mirror on T-Stew's side in the back of the tavern. So that is pretty exciting.
Oh, that is very exciting. So many good checks. Oh, big key to ice in the well. And now tstew is going to activate that flute. And with the flute and the mirror, you can explore a decent bit of Death Mountain. Can't get over to the right side until you've got a connector or a hook shot or a hammer, but that mirror will let you get all the way up to Hera. And we've got a an armor upgrade on VioletPumpkin side, and a bow for sale.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is nice. This is a nice loadout early.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that tstew doesn't already have that, because they certainly have enough money for Bottle Merchant, and he was right there when he activated his flute.
Yeah, he's following in a different order, and I'm not sure he's remembered that he could just pop right there and check the Bottle Merchant. And we're seeing Magic Bat in vanilla location. We're getting a lot of vanilla locations today.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about the drop downs. Have we seen like every useful drop down? I think we have seen all of the Light World drop downs, which, unless I'm forgetting something, means Useless Fairy is behind Aga 2.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me. I don't think we've missed any.
Yeah, and that's kind of interesting in its own right. A lot of times, one of the Light World drop downs will just stay unchecked for an unusual amount of time. Oh, finding the potion shop, but
And taking a moment
I
to pick up
with,
one of those potions.
with Sank being the at its vanilla location, it's just was just convenient to check them all. And finding Mini Moldorm Cave, but
And we're finding the back of Turtle Rock, the
yeah,
big chest entrance.
yep. And Violet can't do Mini Moldorm Cave yet. No bombs, no arrows, so no way to kill those Mini Moldorms. He's going to instead check what the other connectors out of desert are. Or no, just I think, okay, that's a nice strategy. Just getting oh, it is going to take a connector, but picking up those arrows. Oh, okay, King's Tomb has been located as a connector, so it's kind of nice to know that you don't have to worry about King's Tomb.
Yeah, for sure. And we're checking the connectors. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that is a nice connector to see. That's that Turtle Rock Wedge. Oh, getting another connector out of Mimic Cave location. And
Ice Palace.
It takes you to Ice Palace, so don't have to worry about that being a potential glove-locked location. And interesting choice, fluting away from that instead of oh, is picking up that bow now, but I'm kind of surprised didn't go back through the portal and check the other East Death Mountain spots. And VioletPumpkin has now gotten to Blind's Hut, will pick up that glove and flute.
Alright, so we are matched on items once again. Just a couple of keys in the difference, that's it.
Yep, and we're going to get our first peek into Tower of Hera.
Just a compass down in the up on the left side.
And some arrows, and oh, tstew, you don't have the big key. Oh, okay, there's just some farming to do up here.
Yeah, just grabbing some stuff. That's it.
Yeah, that
And that's
extra
the back
bomb's not
of,
bad at all.
bookshop cave, so that's nice
Yeah,
to see.
and unfortunately you need 2 bombs to take that connector.
Yeah.
And just a compass in Speck Rock Cave.
T-Stew's now going to grab those couple of keys here in, oh my goodness, in Kakariko Well. So the pod small was acquired, and that Ice Palace big will be picked up now in a second. Oh wait. Did I miss the Ice Palace big? No.
No, it was there.
Okay. I thought it was in the last chest, so when I saw the last chest open, I'm like, oh no. I did it wrong.
And we're going to get probably some convergence on Mini Moldorm Cave, because looks like VioletPumpkin is heading back there. And we see another pod small, a compass to eastern, full heart, hook shot, and a turtle rock small. So that hook shot is the big prize here.
Yep, especially where we've already seen the back of Hookshot Cave. All we need are a couple of bombs and can clear that out right away.
Yes, that is probably going to be a bit of a priority now. I mean, not going to go out of their way if they don't pick up bombs until they've routed into a wrong spot, but it would definitely be on my mind.
Yeah, this is an awfully friendly loadout to start off, especially after what we saw just a few hours ago. An early glove is definitely refreshing to see after Andy and Lynn's match earlier.
Yeah, and that 8 bomb drop from the last Mini Moldorm was nice to see for VioletPumpkin.
Yes, for sure.
And now tstew getting the news about Ganon.
And the convenience of that early flute is definitely nice for our runners to have. Well, VioletPumpkin is activating her flute now as well. Oh, I don't know who won earlier, actually. There might be somebody in chat who can tell you.
And what's in Hookshot Cave? We've got 1 rupee and
Not a whole lot.
no, I already missed the earlier chests, I guess.
I do believe there was a Meyer Small in there, and that was basically it.
Okay, Well, we'll see him again on VioletPumpkin's side. Meanwhile, we get a map to Thieves Town. I feel like we haven't really seen that many maps. We've seen compasses.
I mean, it's only about well, it's only 18 minutes in, so it's not too bad. Map checks are not something I see anybody doing anytime soon.
Yeah. And we're going to finally get to see some more of Death Mountain.
Just a shop there. Let's see what else is up Death Mountain. Ooh, bombs. It's a nice farming spot.
Meanwhile, VioletPumpkin has found a C-shaped house with our first sword. So, tstew had that flute for quite some time, but just never thought to flute to 5. And would have gotten a sword right away.
Yeah, but it won't take too long, I suspect, to head in that direction.
Eventually, I mean, your first check to up on Death Mountain can be a bit of a long one, because there's just so many caves here.
Yeah, and here we are rescuing the old man on tstew's side now, just to get some more bombs.
Yep. And yes, and chat pointing out with hookshot, that's even more checks. With the bottom part of East Death Mountain is available. And getting that map check, we see that Thieves Town is a crystal, Mire is our blue pendant.
Okay, so we got a bit of knowledge now. We haven't found Sahasrara or the big bomb shop yet, so that'll be a bit more information for us as well, depending on how long it takes for those to become known to us.
Yep, and we're gonna get some bunny walking, and we find Graveyard Ledge Cave at the Spike Cave location. Can't do anything with that as a bunny.
But it's nice to know where it's to.
Yep. And that's kind of a useless cave, and that's all that can be done on East or West Dark Death Mountain, and isn't going to be checking that east side just yet. Oh no, already did check the east side from actually no, he took a connector and just bailed when he had gotten that connector up to Turtle Rock Ledge. Finding Spiral Cave over in the desert.
So going to be following this connector now, see where it pops out to, and also getting a little something for the slow journey through Sparrow Cave.
Yep. Meanwhile, VioletPumpkin going into escape. Oh, and Tstew picks up the Cane of Burna. Useful safety item. Oh, and that pops him out of Pig House in Village of Outcasts. So just gonna have to mirror away and flute somewhere else. And is fluting to 5, so he will be getting his sword.
That is nice to see. And Violet is going on through Hyrule Castle. See what can be done here.
Yeah. Nothing much so far, and technically that last chest and this next one are considered locked by the sewers key because the game always assumes the least optimal key use possible. And you could end up wasting it somewhere else. Picks up a second Meyer Small. And is going to check. Oh, is going to head over to Dark Cross.
These dark rooms are not a problem for any of our runners at this point.
Yeah, this is probably like the easiest dark room in the... Well, no, I'd say Old Man Cave is probably the easiest dark room in the game.
Also, the first part of the dark rooms in Eastern Palace, they're also easy.
Not as easy as the Old Man Cave. I have seen on rare occasions people get tripped up by that Eastern one. I've been one of those runners that has gotten tripped up in Eastern. But Old Man Cave, as long as you're not in Randomizer, Old Man Cave is pretty free. I've seen some nightmares in Old Man Cave and Randomizer.
Oh yeah, I'd
Once
say
you
with
up that old man, you're stuck there until you free him.
Oh no.
I've seen some people basically soft lock because they were trapped in that cave with a Lionel or two.
Oh no. Bad.
Very
And there is
bad.
a small key on Lake Hylia.
Yeah. And I think Tstew wants to take a connector. Where is this going to... Oh, that's Hyrule Castle. Okay. So Tstew just following in VioletPumpkin's footsteps. While VioletPumpkin is getting her first check of Death Mountain.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if she goes any further over on the east side than Tstew did. Seeing all the same things we've seen each other runner do. Now they're just kind of lapping over each other, so we're just getting some rupees in Hyrule Castle here in the back of Escape. And going through the old man room to go rescue him over on VioletPumpkin side to be rewarded with 3 bombs.
And we haven't seen where that save and quit point is yet. That could also be an interesting bit of information.
Yeah, that'll be open up to them now when they do decide to do their next save and quit.
And VioletPumpkin is going to check out what's on. Oh, and looks like tstew has found a connector. Oh, and there's the flippers.
And Violet is going right in behind him to pick up her flippers as well.
Yeah. So yeah,
And
I
they're
didn't see if.
sick, but
Yeah, tstew almost forgets that he has a bottle and picks up the blue boomerang. And yeah, I didn't see if tstew had another connector pop him out of Spiral Cave, or if he finally got back to the connector he had found before.
yeah, that was the Hyrule right side exit that popped him up onto this side of Death Mountain.
Ah.
That Ice Palace small key is nice to see.
And VioletPumpkin taking the flute back over to the west side, while tstew following those flippers to our flipper checks. We've got a less useful fairy at Waterfall Fairy's normal location, and we are going to see what Scamfish has for us.
And there's a map up on Zora Ledge today.
Yeah, might go for that, or might just feel that the extra information isn't worth the time sink. It's you could make the case either way.
Yeah, and with this being, competitive, this is game 3 between these two. Need to really weigh what's going to be a worthwhile endeavor, because getting that information on the map is what tstew is thinking is worth taking this detour for.
Yeah, and what is it going to be? That is Eastern Palace map.
Playing around with some bunny shenanigans over on VioletPumpkin's side.
And we will get to see what the hobo under the bridge has.
And we're taking a dip into Turtle Rock on Violet's side. Another bottle, this one with red potion.
Yeah. And tstew making the same play into Turtle Rock.
Playing with the pokies is a dangerous game.
But will it pay off? What do we have in this center chest? 10 arrows.
Nothing fun at all.
And T-Stew heading right for Chain Chomps. Gets the bug catching net.
Swagnet, I approve. I am not entirely sure about the cane logic for Turtle Rock. If there is a specification of how much should be what you need.
Oh, I believe for that the hook shot in entrance rando, the hook shot is enough to get those chests, and with that hook shot, they didn't actually need to do that bomb jump. It just saved time. So that second bow is in logic, and so is this entrance to pod. And they're both just going to head straight in through, going to spin that key to go through the center door. It's a little interesting, I'd say, in Key Sanity when you actually... Oh, wait, right. You also need the hammer to go through the bow locked side. I forgot.
Yeah, that is the one thing holding them up here.
Yeah, and
Along with several
they are
keys.
now heading over to that bow locked area. Pick up those chests. Yeah, oh, hammer could certainly be right over here on bow locked side.
Instead, we get
But
a
you
small
get
key
a
to this
vanilla
dungeon.
key.
That is nice to see. Just a few bombs. There we go. VioletPumpkin now getting her boots. Ooh. Not perfect. So we're getting that map to Skull Woods and the... Nothing special.
And the Desert Big in Harmless Hellway.
Oh, there we go. So that Desert Big opens up the big chests that they can go back and check if they're in the area of the Desert Palace entrance.
and VioletPumpkin missing the hammer jump. Tstew is in the dark maze.
Getting a small key to Turtle Rock in there.
And is going to do some bunny shenanigans now.
Definitely worth taking the wander around and getting that map check in for us. Skullwoods being a crystal.
Yeah. Yeah, Tstew definitely seems to have been valuing those map checks.
Yeah, he wants that knowledge. Him getting that map on Zora Ledge definitely shows that he wants to know sooner rather than later where his pendants are, where his crystals are, so that he's probably to route better and not be dipping pendant dungeons as much, or saving crystal dungeons until he can full clear.
Violet, on the other hand, did not elect to stay in the Dark World, and Tstew has found Swamp Palace over at Darksank.
And in the curiosity shop today is Ganon's Tower. So that's good. We're gonna get a couple of checks here, actually.
Yeah, maybe,
Or
maybe not. Nope. Was thinking about leaving, and is then. Oh wait, was there
a bunny is possible.
Looks like it didn't even need to. Yeah, I guess that's one of the entrances that you can super bunny off of.
Oh, that is really nice.
Yeah, so he's just zipping around as a bunny. But can't really get any further there. Just going to grab this key and leave.
Well, that is nice to know the location of Ganon's Tower, so as more equipment becomes available to us, we can get those item checks out of the way. Now we'll see if VioletPumpkin does the same thing as Tstew and grabs that map or not. Yep, she is.
And Tstew continuing the bunny walk through the Dark World. He's going to check out Arrow Game. And finds a shovel, but can't. Oh, actually, that's another house you can super bunny off of. So he's going to be playing around with the entrance for a bit until got it.
That is nice. And so now we have Dig Spot open to us in the light world.
Yeah. And VioletPumpkin going to show us where Old Man Cave is. Ooh, the back end of it is just desert right. That is not
That's a
really
bad
what
vibe.
you ever want to get spit out of, but and VioletPumpkin is going to take a Hyrule Castle connector again. Tstew checking some mirror locations. Oh, and yep, there's VioletPumpkin.
845 is the dam.
Nice, and Tstew's already seen where Swamp Palace is, although it's kind of in the Dark World, and not really sure if you can bunny revive in there because the jumping into the water without flippers, although I mean you have flippers, but you can't use them as bunny, doesn't actually take health away. So
Yeah, that might be something we gotta wait for. And there is our fire shield.
yep, and turns out that the item that Tstew left behind on the left side of that TR connector was just another bottle.
Yeah, no vital progression there. Back into these Turtle Rock connectors.
Yeah, this might be the bunny play for VioletPumpkin. Yep, she's going to be checking out this. Oh, and Tstew has found Paradox Cave, but coming into it through the Dark World can't do anything with it. I'm guessing that particular entrance, there aren't any other entrances you can get to as a bunny. Or else he probably would have taken that connector hoping to find one in the light world. Or maybe he's just checking that one spot first.
Which entrance was it? I couldn't remember.
I am not familiar enough with this game. I mean, I have enough trouble remembering that that I actually have to take a different entrance to get through it if I don't know how to bomb jump.
Oh no. And so in the drain swamp there, drain dam, was another small key to pod. So we have 4 small pod keys. That is something to keep in mind.
Yeah, that puts some of those things that they found back into logic, but yeah, there's nothing. I mean, with that 4th key, it can either save it until they have the hammer to go to Helmasaur, or just use it for that big key chest. But they've already cleared most of Pod.
Okay, so Paradox Upper coming out at the Village of Outcasts, the Thieves Town entrance.
And Violet has found. Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
No, yeah, GT. But
yes,
looks like she doesn't.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, looks like she doesn't know how to super bunny off of this, and is just going to do the revival. we've got another connector, and that takes us to yet another cave on the mountain, but it looks like just front of the tavern. Oh, but that also takes us
Yeah,
to the Mitzlocked thing, which is Hype Cave. So
Okay.
that is a nice find.
Nice. Yep. Fire rod. A big
Yeah,
key
with
to
a fire rod.
Tower of Hera. Hammer.
The hammer.
And a small to
key
GT.
to GT.
That is a one hype cave if I ever did see one.
Yeah, that is very Hype Cave. That is time to start clearing dungeons cave. You can clear Hera with that big key. Hammer would even make it a little bit easier, sort of.
And tstew setting up for that Hera pot. Not quite getting it. Try it again.
It is not screaming GT left side. They still don't have the Moon Pearl, and GT is in the Dark World. But it is
not yet, but
suggesting-
soon.
Yeah. And although actually one of the things I was thinking isn't in logic either, and that is with that hammer, with a new pod key since the last time they were there, they can go kill Helmasaur. Even though logic says you need all 6 small keys for that.
Oh yeah. It's a very loose definition of logic that is used in these CrossKeys matches most of the time.
Right, and the lamp.
And tstew taking the bad fall from Helmasaur.
Middle hole. Yeah.
Violet getting her dam now.
And tstew killing Moldorm. For that Moon Pearl.
And a green pendant. Okay, that paid off well. Green pendant, Tower of Hera required.
Yeah. Yes, now we can go to GT left side. But instead, maybe we're going to go to Misery Mire? Nah, tstew's like, no, don't have the, Wait, why are you waiting on... You shouldn't be waiting on Cane of Samaria for that. It's a... You know it's a pendant anyway. You don't need to go all the way to Vitreous. Probably.
Hopefully.
And tstew's the one who already has the fire rod, so you can even get those the 2 chests on the left side. So that's a 6 out of 8 clear right now. Don't have the big key either. But just going to check what Kiki the Scam Monkey has for us.
Hopefully it pays off more than Zora did.
It looks like it's a connector of some sort.
Not bothering with
Decides
it today,
not to go
though.
through it. Yeah, not gonna. That is instead going to go do Spike Cave with the
And using the
cane
cane.
of Burna and the hammer and the glove. Has everything needed to complete it.
Get the Quake medallion for it.
Wake medallion. Probably not required. Those medallions rarely are in entrance rando, though I've seen one where a crystal dungeon was actually at T-Rock entrance.
And now we're going to be doing some more checks here in the Dark World with our fancy new Moon Pearl.
Yep. Let's see if Hype Cave entrance can be as Hype Cave was. Nope.
No, I think we used up all the hype on that cave
Yeah,
there.
it's pretty tough to be as hype as that Hype Cave was. I mean, that was what was that? Hammer, fire rod, and a big key that led directly to Moon Pearl. Well,
Yeah, brutal.
Semi-directly.
Brutal.
I mean, you can know. I mean, these runners know how to do Herapot, so you don't really need that big key to actually get to that Moon Pearl.
And inside box we are getting, oh my goodness, big key to Misery Mire, powder. I didn't see what that small key was.
It was something not important. Skull Woods, I think, or no, not Skull Woods. Maybe it was it the last Mire small? Yeah, because T-Stew's got
yeah.
all three now.
Yeah,
Oh no,
that's
it was
what
a
it's looking like.
TR key, we're being told.
Oh, whoopsie. Sorry.
That's weird. I would have thought that that would register as something important for me still, even though in CrossKeys, TR keys are much less important than they are in regular key sanity.
And we got the back of Skull Woods here inside the Dark World Bonk Rocks on T-Stew's side. Well,
yeah.
VioletPumpkin is heading on through the Tower of Hera now.
Yeah, and little surprised that T-Stew didn't go for that. I guess it's an easy enough location to get back to once you have a better sword, because I mean, fire source, and especially fire rod, because you need to bomb jump to use a lamp for it, but fire rod and a sword is really all you need to be able to get to Mothula, and he knows it's crystal, but it's still fighter sword Mothula or hammer Mothula.
Those don't sound so
really
fun.
Refill for magic for the fire rod stuff. And VioletPumpkin gets Moldorm down, picks up that all-important Moon Pearl. And the possibly important green pendant. We don't know, we haven't seen Sahasrahla yet.
But at least when they find Sahasrahla, they'll be able to turn it in without having to question if it's important or not. back into the Turtle Rock connector here for Violet.
Meanwhile, tstew going to pick up that key on Lake Hylia Island. What is it to? It is to Skullwoods. Actually, that's why he didn't dive it. You need a small key to get anywhere, and you normally get that small key in the front half.
Yeah, he got it. So he's good to go now.
Yeah, it's because in regular key sanity, Skullwood small keys are like what you least want to see because you really don't need any of the ones from chests.
VioletPumpkin YOLO'd that swamp dip, didn't pay out. And nothing in Super Bunny Cave for us today.
I mean, checking that first chest in Swamp, when you don't have to go through that whole mirroring just to drain the dam part, it's not really that much further than any other check.
And while tstew follows that Quarreling Brothers connector to the Dark Witch's hut, we have Violet going left side GT.
Seems like a good plan.
Neither
So
out
far,
of it.
Ether Medallion and a big money pickup that is probably not going to... I mean, they've done most of the things that require money.
I mean, if they really want to stack themselves up on upgrades.
Upgrades, potions. Potion money is always a nice thing. And oh, okay. I was like, what's Violet doing? But just has to set it up just perfect and to to get those with just the blue boomerang, because it doesn't have that much range. Gets across, and we'll head on over towards Fire Snake and Rando rooms, and then I guess onwards towards Ice Armos.
Onwards and downwards? Upwards? Downwards.
And we find a Waterfall Fairy is giving out red potions. And let's see what's over at Pyramid, and also what's in Rando Room.
Just 20 rupees and 20 rupees and 10 arrows and a whole lot of nothing. Rando room not paying off today.
Yeah, and I didn't even see what was on the pyramid, but it was obviously not important because tstew didn't pick it up.
Mega Tower on the left side of Hyrule Castle. So, would that be French vanilla?
Kind of, yeah.
Still top. Yeah.
And Bob's chest with the compass to Swamp Palace. And what's behind Ice Armors? Ten arrows, full heart, and bombs. So
that's it. Ouch.
Left side. Left side GT worthless until we get a crystal dungeon blocked by the ether medallion at either T-Rock or Meyer. Because that was really the only thing we found there that could possibly be worth anything.
We have tstew now going to also be disappointed by this first chest in Swamp.
Yep. And VioletPumpkin in the front of Skullwoods picking up a small key, so she will not have to worry when she finds the back of Skullwoods. She'll just be able to head right on in. And tstew checking what's at King's Tomb. Or, oh no, we've probably already seen that. It's the front of Desert.
Yeah. We got
yep.
a map here to Ice Palace for VioletPumpkin.
But tstew going to check what's in that big chest of Desert. A compass to Ice Palace. And full heart container for VioletPumpkin.
Just 20 rupees there.
Yep, and is going to go to the guaranteed small key chest. Not guaranteed anymore outside of entrance shuffle, but still guaranteed there. And tstew is making the making that left side GT dip as well.
Yeah, it is a trap, but you can understand why they wanted to go this way. It's a lot of checks to abandon once you have it open to you. You don't want to bank on somebody else getting something in there and you just leaving it.
Yeah, it's 14 checks. Let's see, 4 in Stealth's room. Fire Snake, Fire Bar, 4 in Random Room is 10, Bob 11, yeah, 14 checks.
Yeah, you can't justify abandoning that one when it's open to you so clearly, so early. I mean, it's an hour in, but that's still pretty early for getting access to all of left side.
Yeah, and okay, there was the that third mire small in the other part of Paradox Cave, and then
now we're getting that small turtle, we're getting that powder, that big from Mire, and Hyrule Castle map, and the heart container over on VioletPumpkin side.
Yep. So yeah, we're over an hour in, still looking for our first crystal of the match. Both of them got a very important pendant dungeon out of the way. Important because the boss was holding a moon pearl.
Yeah, tstew has the option to go after Mothula. That's the only crystal that we know of that we have access to complete for either of our runners at this point.
Well, VioletPumpkin could go after Mothula as well. She just hasn't found it yet. But we're going to see the front 4 of Thieves Town.
And it gives us a big key to this dungeon right next to the vanilla
Okay.
key chest.
Going to see all of Thieves Town then. Well, almost all of it. Don't have the small key to get that big chest. But, yeah.
Who knows? It might also
So-
be in this dungeon.
Most of the locations in the back 4 can't have it because logically 3 out of those 4 checks in the back 4 are locked by it. It could still be in the Maiden's chest. But yeah, so this could be our first crystal of the match, because we know that this is a crystal as well. And bringing out
just
that
using
cane
those
of Burna.
shreds. Yeah. Yeah, using those cane of Burna shreds to save you from too much suffering. And we get a small key to swamp. That is the small key, so that there can be a deeper dip into that dungeon in the very near future.
Much deeper. No, actually, yeah. That's a full clear now.
Except for the big
except
chest,
for the
yeah.
big chest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, nice find for Violet, and nice choice to run in. Finding that big key in here is really good.
I never knew that you could hook shot those doors.
You learn something new every day. Time to see how this blind fight goes. You never know. Unpredictable, really.
Mm-hmm.
That was an excellent blind fight by VioletPumpkin, giving us a small key to GT and our first crystal.
Yeah. So an hour 11 in, we have our first crystal with the promise of more forthcoming shortly.
Tstew is following in time to get his first crystal as well. Once he sees that big key, I don't see why he would ever dip out of here. And we're getting a check at Dig Game from Violet to give us mitts on the second dig. That is well worth it.
Yeah. So hopefully Tstew remembers to head back over here. He actually went over there before and was told, sorry, you need 80 rupees. But he's got plenty of rupees right now, so hopefully when he's done there, he'll remember that he was rupee locked out of Dig Game before. We get the blacksmith turn in. Let's see what blacksmiths have. Full heart.
And I assume that we're going to be following this chain getting the... Yes, we are. We are going to be getting the purple chest. Probably doing hammer pegs as well. Yep.
Yeah,
See
my
what's behind
my
the hammer
mic
peg.
can be a little iffy sometimes. Is that better?
Yeah, it happens sometimes. It's not too bad. I mean,
Ye-
you might be an android. We don't know.
Yeah, it does that sometimes, and unplugging it and plugging it back in usually fixes it for some reason that I don't understand.
I said maybe. Maybe. I neither confirm nor deny the humanity of my co-commentator.
Well, hey now, just because I'm not a robot doesn't necessarily mean I'm human.
And so Desert
it-
Palace is a crystal today.
Yeah. Getting a crystal check out of the way, and we're going to probably see a few more entrances checked. We've got a back of desert here with a dungeon.
That is nice to see.
Yeah. But no big key, so just going to leave that. Probably an okay idea, unless big key is somewhere in the vanilla dungeon. That's an easy location to get back to with the flute.
And we got another small key to Ganon's Tower on the chest game.
Yep.
And we do have the Ether Medallion to open up Mire.
Yeah. Time to see, was that left side GT actually worth something? As tstew goes for those mitts. 20 rupees and a big key to Turtle Rock.
That is something we need to see.
Probably was required. We don't have full crystal knowledge yet. It could still be up. And Sahasrara has a map of... I couldn't see if there was like a slight frame skip for me.
I had the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems to be something shared amongst the viewers.
Yeah. Oh, but
That
we
was a
find out that, yeah, that T-Rock big key was required because we just got a map check, and Swamp Palace is our final pendant.
Okay. This is good. This is good now. We do need... So what do we need now? We need Eastern Palace Big. We need Ice Rod. We need Cane.
That's... And Pod Big.
Yep, Pod Big, yep. Yes, we parentheses need lamp.
Yeah. And yeah, VioletPumpkin has completed Thieves Town. And we get a... Yep,
Yeah,
another
pod
Pod
small.
So that's, since they both successfully hammer jumped, that's all the... I was going to say that's all the pod smalls they need, but it looks like wherever tstew got his 4th pod small, VioletPumpkin hasn't been there yet. VioletPumpkin picks up the swamp big, but now that she knows that that's a pendant, she's probably not going to go in there until she starts running out of other places to go. And yes, that is a very good point. We have all of the... Oh no, we do not have all of the items. We do have all of the keys to every pendant dungeon, except for that Tower of Hera small, which is not required except for one chest that's out of the way. But we are still missing that Cane of Samaria before we could possibly get Pedestal.
I am praying for Pedestal. That would be nice. I would like to see the ability to do a ped check. That would also be nice. Getting a book in hand would cause some concern for our runners.
And yes, that's true. We wouldn't have logical access to Pedestal without that lamp either, because Meyer is one of the pendant dungeons. So even if you could pull Pedestal, you probably... That's one of those times where you'd be just as happy to follow the logic and say, oh, nope, still can't logically get it, so I'm going to just assume that it's not required. And then it is.
His final bit of crystal knowledge with that Swamp Palace check of being a pendant. And here goes VioletPumpkin into the back of Skull Woods.
Yeah. So that will be another crystal dungeon.
She took a few smacks going through that. Suspiciously moth-like.
And well-timed full magic means if Violet wants, she could just use Fire Rod strats, but she seems content to use Hammer strats.
Taking a few smacks, you should get this perfect.
Yep. And with the red mail, actually takes more damage from the spikes than from Mothula itself. But gets it down, gets the crystal. tstew is going to head into Eastern without the big key. Not necessarily a bad check either. It is still 4 checks, and it's a pretty short dungeon.
Yeah, double dipping Eastern is not as much of a time loss as pretty well any of the other dungeons that you may have to double dip. So doing this quickly is something worth investing time in.
Yeah, but so far it's not paying off.
Nope, not yet today. Hopefully we see something, but if not, again, it's not a huge time loss. I don't think tstew will be kicking himself over doing that.
Really all comes down to this next chest, though, because the first 3 chests, well, are more or less in on your path. One of them is actually directly on your path. Even if you were go moding it, you might stop to check that chest. And yep, nothing doing in Eastern.
Nope. Nothing eventful today.
And we find Super Bunny Cave on VioletPumpkin's side.
She's getting the disappointment that tstew felt a short while ago. Well, tstew is going back into Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Getting his big key to Swamp.
Yeah. And looks like he might have noticed while he was on his way up there that he never actually went over to grab the vanilla big key chest. Now, there wasn't really anything of value in there, if I remember correctly, but it is something that he'd want to remedy.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to abandon that once he realized it. And just a couple arrows.
Yep, just some arrows.
Now VioletPumpkin heading down to the pyramid. Getting that nice spin speed.
tstew finally remembering to check left side of TR connector, decides he doesn't even want that extra bottle. And with those mitts is going to get to check some more of Dark Death Mountain. Finds the Mire Shed.
Yeah. We have our second sword. We got a magic sword, gentlemen. That is good to know.
Yeah, we were listing go mode items. We kind of forgot that they were still a sword short of being able to hurt Ganon. So yeah, tstew's got that out of the way.
Yeah, it's not something that you think about when you're kind of keeping track of go mode items. With 4 swords in the world, you either assume that they already have it or that they're just going to stumble across it. But it's not a guarantee. Sometimes you do have to go hunt for a sword.
And VioletPumpkin heading into Misery Mire.
I like this play.
Oh, but I think I like the dungeon tea stews in a little bit better, because that one's actually a crystal.
Yep. I can understand that. That is a nice find for tea stew for sure. But we'll see if this mire dip pays off at all. There may be something in here. Just
Yeah,
compass to Thieves Town.
Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. In this seed, I like it more because it's a crystal. In general, Ice Palace is just a pain in the butt. Though
Yeah, Ice Palace is a
increasingly less
nightmare.
so with all the new tech that they keep coming up with. But without Samaria, can't even do the icebreaker glitch.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing some old school Ice Palace strats today. We saw the old school strats in our earlier match as well, where Samaria was behind this bomb jump. And we have a mirror shield in Mire.
Okay, not really progression, but it's interesting.
It does, now does Burna logically put, oh my goodness,
Yes,
Laser Bridge?
yeah.
Okay. And there is another sword inside Mire.
Okay, so Mire Dip is going to pay off a little bit.
Nothing essential yet, but so far not too painful for VioletPumpkin.
Yeah.
We get our ice rod. Mire Dip is required. It is.
Who was it who
always
called it
Mire.
earlier?
May or may not be a witch.
Yeah.
And there is our final sword.
Yeah,
Ice
we
Palace.
got all the swords all of a sudden.
Yeah, had to beat a couple of crystals, a couple of dungeons with fighter sword, and then finally getting rewarded with, okay, we'll make the rest of this a little bit nicer.
And VioletPumpkin also not interested in taking that dark connector. May have already seen the other end of it for all we know. Is going to take care of Spike Cave. And it's going to use the potion instead of the cane.
VioletPumpkin picking up her Quake medallion.
Oh, okay. Is doing spin speed to save the cane for the trip back.
That is nice.
Nice play.
And down goes T-Stew to fight Cold Stare.
didn't have enough magic. Was trying to do. There's a strat where you can use sword beams to as an extra hit, but yeah, that magic.
Oh, that's brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
Well, now we're gonna check the entrance to Turtle Rock here on
Yeah,
on
though I don't think
tstew14.
he's got enough magic to. Well, it doesn't make a difference. I was going to say it doesn't have enough magic to unlock it anyway if he does have the required pendant or medallion, but he doesn't. It requires our Bombos medallion.
So he's just using this as a nice Dark World warp.
And VioletPumpkin is found back of desert. That was a crystal dungeon that we had not found yet. Oh, and tstew remembers that there was something in, that Graveyard Ledge was over at Spike Cave, and last time they found it was as a bunny. It has the Thieves' Town Small.
So now that
Not
puts
really
Thieves'
something you
Town
want to
big
see
chest.
after you've already finished up Thieves' Town.
Yeah, that's not pretty to think about, but it is something that's open and it has to be thought about now.
It's, it's tough to say for sure who's in the lead, but it looks like it's probably Violet. About to be up by 2 crystals, and I was going to say, and with another big key, but that's quote-unquote just Ganon's Tower. But, Ganon's Tower big key blocks a few locations. 4 at the top of the tower, plus the big chest, but I believe we've decided that Aga 2 is not actually blocking anything today.
No, it's not. It is blocking useless fairy, I do believe.
Yeah. And tstew making the wrong choice. Well, possibly. We don't know what's in here, but we know that the other pendant dungeon has value.
Yeah, but we're still hunting for that cane. We still need that cane for getting us through.
Yeah, I was going to just say, it's a good play, and we don't know that there's nothing in here. We know that there is something in Mire, but we might have to go through both of them and have the so-called Oops All Dungeons.
I love Oops All Dungeons. Even if it's not a pet seed, I just want to see trackers fully lit. Like a Christmas tree.
Though, like we said, we're not going to actually see a fully lit tracker because there is nothing behind Aga 2, so even if there's something all the way up in Moldworm 2's chest, they're not going to beat Aga 2.
We already have Ice Rod, though. So
yeah,
that dream is not alive today. But that would be beautiful.
There are other so-called ice rods. I mean, an ice rod is popularly like anything that can be almost anywhere because it's blocking very little. And could still be that Eastern Big Key or Pod Big Key or just those.
Yeah, that is true.
That other than other than the red cane, which is required to get to pedestal, we just need those 2 big keys for the bow-locked dungeons. We've of course had our both bows for over an hour.
And we are getting a big key to Eastern Palace inside left side swamp. Okay.
Okay, so
Swamp
both.
required.
Yep, both pendant, or all of our pendant dungeons required.
Okay, this is pleasantly brutal. I approve.
Yep, this is
And now we'll see if VioletPumpkin will be able to take down Cold Stare in one go.
magic is looking pretty good at the moment, and there are some small magic spots right near the end, so I think she's got enough magic that she should be fine. And getting that book, tstew, will allow him to check the tablets and I suppose
Check
check the pedestal, but
check ped.
I mean, there's not really that many reasons to be in that area, and there's, well, as far as tstew knows, the ice rod could be on pedestal. Well, we know it isn't, but what we know is that the only thing that could still be on ped is the pod big key. Nope, Samaria can't be on pedestal. Misery Mire is a pendant. We are missing the big key to Palace of Darkness and the Cane of Samaria, and each of our runners is also missing one other thing. VioletPumpkin still needs the big key to Eastern. tstew still needs the Ice Rod. Both of them are going to need to dip a pendant dungeon to get those.
Yeah, so they both have to dip the other pendant dungeon that their opponent has already done. So big key to Eastern is left side swamp, and Ice Rod is inside mire.
Yeah, and yes, of course, it can also be a fetch quest item leading to Pod Big, like Skull Big or Mushroom.
Or let's see,
Bombos Medallion, which we know is needed to open the vanilla entrance of Turtle Rock.
Ooh, ouchie. There is our pod big key. It was on Cold Stare.
Cold Stare had it. So we're in no mode.
Yeah, we are just.
Oh no, we're not in no mode. We're in pitch dead mode, but we are not in no mode because we are still looking for a Cane of Samaria. But we are in ped dead mode. Yeah, I agree. One item for go mode is the do I skip left side swamp, but when swamp is a pendant, I feel like if you're going in there in the first place, you're probably checking left side as well.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And there we go. Our first butter sword has been acquired by VioletPumpkin.
Oh, you're not wrong that they're slower checks, but again, yeah, you might end up going to the back first and then going back in for that, but I suspect Violet's probably not even going to go to Swamp until they've run out of other things to do.
Yeah, with that pod big, pod is very tempting.
Yeah, which is exactly what she's
Right
going
here.
to do. And with 5 small keys, has enough to get the other lone chest that she had to leave behind on her first trip in there. But doesn't look like she's going to go for that. Maybe she'll come back in for it. It's kind of an interesting play. I guess it's a little bit. I guess it doesn't really matter which order you do it in, and you need to go to Helmasaur. So, yeah, actually, this does make sense because you'd
Well, it's gonna
probably
warp you back there anyway.
Yeah, and you would mirror away. You wouldn't take the long way, so to speak, once you've gotten to big key chest. So yeah, this is the right order. If although can't actually get into go mode because she is 2 items away from it.
Yeah, we do know that she has to get left side swamp before she's officially in go mode, even if she finds the Cane of Samaria in here.
Yeah. I disagree. I mean, it's not that deep in. It's just the big key chest. That's not terribly far, but it's not really an issue because it's just bombs. And Lamp was on a tablet, so everything that was lamp locked is officially also locked behind going into Swamp Palace. Nice to know. Oh yes, of course. It's also the big chest. And with that
There's our
mushroom, yeah,
that will lead to another option for finding that cane.
yeah,
Eastern Palace Big is left side swamp.
Yeah, and we know that is in logic because tstew does have all 6 small keys. So all of pod is in logic. Because we also have finally found where the lamp actually is.
Little problem with that camera jump there, but hopefully round 2 can get Violet across.
Ether tablet just with 5 rupees.
And just 20 rupees in the big chest.
Mirror Shield was also in Misery Mire. That's also where Violet got the sword that tstew is missing, and most importantly, the ice rod. And Violet is in Swamp Palace.
Alright, this is juicy. This will likely lead her to then go clear out Eastern Palace and hopefully, well, then all that she'll have left is doing more checks for what could possibly be the Canis Maria.
Yeah. Meanwhile, tstew heading back into Ice Palace to finish off Cold Stare. We'll be getting that very important pod big key as a reward.
That double dip of ice, though, that's not fun to have to do.
You know, I don't remember where we found the back of Desert.
Thank you, Jinxie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's yeah, tstew was in the pyramid area before finding any extra swords, but Violet, having made that mire dip, already was on Master Sword by the time she got over there. And getting that diver down.
That is such a cool trick. It really is.
Yeah. And tstew takes care of Cold Stare this time. Might be a little unhappy to have found out that that mistake on Cold Stare the first time was kept him out of another crystal for that amount of time, but and VioletPumpkin is leaving Swamp Palace
With the big key to Eastern on
Yeah.
her, heading straight to Eastern. She is not finishing off that pendant. She's not finishing off either pendant that she had to dip.
Yeah. Now, did tstew go all the way to the back?
He did kill
Okay, yeah.
kill
It
Argus,
wasn't, yeah, that's what I thought. It wasn't lit up on his tracker, but
yeah, he did get
Oh.
he did kill Argus.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is lit up on his tracker on his stream. It just wasn't lit up. Yeah, there it goes. So now VioletPumpkin is taking care of Eastern. Oh yeah, there's that single arrow of destiny someone was just asking about a few minutes ago.
Accidentally. Ouch. Oh, I love those quick strats. I just do. I love those like spin, those just zippy runs.
Yeah, and we're starting to run low on locations.
Well, once Violet is finished up here in Eastern, and once tstew here is done in Pod, we will be just location hunting until we get that silly staff. And well, tstew is also, he still needs to go back to Meyer. Up GT, yes.
Yeah.
I say yes.
No one has checked pedestal yet, but it's definitely not where our go mode is, because we'd need the only item we still need for go mode would also be needed to get to pull pedestal. Because Meyer is a pendant dungeon, and when both of these runners are done in the dungeons they're in, or no, tstew, this will be only tstew's 5th crystal, but this is VioletPumpkin's 6th crystal right here. We'll just need to finish out T-Rock.
Getting her cape off of Armos Knights and her 6th crystal. So nice. So nice.
Yep.
Wow.
The double crystal.
Yeah, the in-sync crystal collection. tstew only having 5 of his crystals, he still needs to find the back of Desert Palace.
And VioletPumpkin looks like this is going to be that magic bat check. Well, tstew is heading into Misery Mire. Yes, that is correct. We did pick up that mushroom in Palace of Darkness.
Hey, no need to be hating on O-Town.
And that mushroom didn't give us go mode, but it gave us a very, very nice safety item, the half magic.
Chat tonight is wonderful.
Yes, that is a very good point. I didn't even notice how high the heart count was getting. I knew we had red mail, but yeah, VioletPumpkin is at 19 hearts already.
And I did use this during VioletPumpkin tstew's last game, which is the most pointless way to judge who is winning at CrossKeys is who has more hearts. And VioletPumpkin has more hearts. So, she's in the lead.
Yeah. Well,
she is going back into Argus, though, so... You know, that's a bit of time that we know is not going to be well spent.
No.
Aw, happy 2 hours!
Picking up that book, which will lead to a couple more checks. Will actually lead her to her lamp, for whatever that's worth. Ether tablet was 5 rupees. Bombo's tablet had the lamp.
Okay, tstew is done all he wants to do in Mire. He has his ice rod. That's all that matters. And Violet is killing Argus for this last small key to pod and a pendant. Nothing useful.
Yep. And tstew is about to head over to the pyramid. We'll find that back of desert. And
now we see where is she going.
Yeah, I was going to going to say I'm not really sure where. Oh, probably to check those tablets. Ether tablet is right up here.
Yeah, I can understand her going for these overworld checks before diving into anything. But go to the tower. Go to the tower, Violet.
Yeah, may also not have gone back for graveyard ledge after getting the moon pearl. But is going to is definitely continuing to follow that book. The useless fairy is at the Aga 2 drop down. So now this race is just a race to find that red cane. Tstew going to be looking at that and I think this is the play towards GT.
Yes, it is. Here we go.
And
we are-
Tstew heading the same direction.
So we're doing left side again? Oh wait, no, she didn't. Did she not?
Just
do
heading straight. No, I mean, no, she did it first. I think she's just heading to the big chest first.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of a strange play, as Alison in chat points out, with Aga 2 100% not required. You've got a better density going up the climb and mirroring if you still need big chest.
Yep. This is a play. This is a gamble that I think she's taking just to hope she gets it in the big chest.
Useless fairy. Useless fairy is the missing drop.
There it is.
But
it is.
VioletPumpkin's play pays off.
Okay. That gamble. Whoo. All right. Juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay. That is a satisfying gamble.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing. Big chest is quicker to get to, but it's just one item as opposed to the 4 at the top of the tower.
I'm gonna have to ask her about this, but I think what it was is this is the competitive mindset, knowing, thinking about if my opponent is in the same position, what are they more likely to do? Are they going for the climb or are they going to gamble? And thinking that they're going to do the climb, she decided to gamble, probably thinking that she was behind going into that.
The better play is the one that has the better result.
Yeah, the better play is
the lower percentage, making the lower percentage play. And there's that Bombos medallion.
There goes Trinex, getting us a small key to GT, and our final crystal. Off to Ganon we go with VioletPumpkin. And tstew now doing the frantic run back up left side.
Most of the climb is. The two chests in Mini Helmasaur room just require the big key. The third chest requires 3 small, and the Moldorm's chest requires all 4. So Moldorm's chest was not in logic.
And here we go into the third phase of the Ganon fight.
Yep, and tstew is also in go mode. But too little, too late. And yeah, that's what I thought. We never actually did find where Laser Bridge entrance was, did we? They're forced to go through from the middle of T-Rock. But there we go. VioletPumpkin has defeated Ganon.
Get your GGs in chat, everybody. GG's VioletPumpkin. Now let's see if she'll be joining us now here in chat. GG's VioletPumpkin, GG's. Oh, she popped in for a second, then popped back out. One moment. And Trinex is almost taken down on tstew's side. VioletPumpkin, GG.
GG.
That big chest play.
Yeah.
What made you choose to go for the big chest in GT there at the end?
I pretty much felt like I was behind for most of the race. There was the early game where I just couldn't find a bomb, and then I found my way the long, logical way to the Moon Pearl, and when you could have easily just done Harapot very early and gotten that like 15 minutes in. And obviously there was no guarantee that tstew did that, but I did feel like when I was going in, it was highly likely that, assuming we had done the same things, tstew was probably climbing GT already, so I felt like I had to go to, I had to make a play.
That is, and you were so right making that play. You were ahead going into Ganon's tower, but not by a lot. You ran in and you just veered to the left, and we all kind of started freaking out everybody started freaking out, and tstew went in behind and did the climb, and we just waited to see what paid off.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, neither of you did Herapot in order to get up there, though you were, I believe, correct that I think tstew did have Moon Pearl first, but for most of the race, you seemed to be a bit ahead, like a crystal ahead. I think basically from about the time you killed Morthula, almost right up until the two of you went into GT, you had a one crystal lead like almost the whole time, because he went to GT like almost right after getting his 6th crystal out of Desert Palace. And we have a finish on tstew's side, so we should be getting him in shortly.
Oh, that was so much fun to watch. I am so happy with this tournament. I'm so happy with this matchup between you and tstew. Both of you are very well matched competitors, and it's been such a joy to watch your runs. Yeah, so we're hoping to see what you bring up next round. You are going up against Andy, who won his third match. His third matchup against Lin today. So that'll be fun. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I did manage to catch some of that match. It was a very close one. Yeah, so Andy is obviously an incredible player at the game. He's definitely one, maybe even 2 levels of execution above me, so it should be pretty interesting to see if I can pull out the win despite that.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun to watch. It's coming down to the very end of this tournament, and everybody is great with execution, routing. Everybody has their strengths, and it'll be fun to see that matchup between you and Andy.
I'm certainly looking forward to it.
So I have to say, what was your favorite part of this particular seed? Was there anything that you really enjoyed, like getting an item or a location or something that you found early, or something that maybe came up late that made you feel pretty good about this seed?
Well, not so much in the sense of made me feel good about the seed, but I did just kind of appreciate the roundabout bunny logic that was required, especially with the starting point being going from the Turtle Rock Big chest entrance to the other side there. You don't see that come up too often, and it's just always nice to see seeds like that.
Oh, definitely. That was fun. Like the connector logic, seeing you both have to run through some of these like roundabout connectors was really fun. And tstew is here joining us now. GG's tstew.
GG's.
Yeah. So what did you think of that seed?
Overall, not too bad. There's a bit of Dark World travel, but it wasn't the worst.
Yeah, it was fun to see the Dark World, like overworld travel that had to be done. It made it interesting where you did have a moon pearl, not too long in, and you got early mitts. It left gave you some options. So your GT climb, how did that feel?
Not anything was disappointing, but then finding the cane afterwards, I was like, I still thought I might have had a chance, but then when I saw that dot done,
Yeah, it was really interesting because VioletPumpkin was like just a little bit quicker into the tower, but you were like both going in there at the same time. But she went straight for the big chest, and so it had like really looked as if you were going to pull this one out from behind there, because you had gone for the higher density location. And then when that cane showed up in that big chest, it was just like the 20% gamble paid off. And sometimes that happens, though you did also have that unfortunate issue with your first attempt at cold stare. That probably could cost you the race as well.
yeah, I just messed up with those sword beams getting those extra hits, and so I just ran out of magic.
Yeah, that was kind of unfortunate, and of course, Bombos being stuck up at the top of the tower certainly weren't going to get the easy magic for that. But yeah, you played a good game. You seem to have a little bit of the advantage early, but towards like about the mid game, it seemed like Violet had a little bit of a lead. You ended up going into the two other pendant dungeons, I should say, because of course Hera was a full clear before you guys even really had any idea which dungeons were crystals and which were pendants, but it was just so required. But you went into Swamp earlier, but she went into Mire earlier, and they both had progression, so it was kind of hard to tell who really had the advantage for a while, but it was just a great race.
Yeah, it was a great race. It all came down to just the routing at the end. When it came to that cane hunt, it was just luck of the draw of what checks you did first, who was doing overworld, and when it came to both of you going into GT, you were almost the exact same second walking into GT. So it was just that close. It was just a gamble that paid off one way. And looking here, where Violet is going to be facing off against Andy in the next round. Stew will be facing off whenever there is a winner decided between the matches of Alazan versus Zelda Dasan. You'll be getting to take on one of those two. So, how do you feel about that?
I can see that pumpkin lighting up, but I can't hear her.
I'm
there she is.
trying to speak, but
Oh, okay. Sorry to put you on the spot there. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit. Definitely big GG to VioletPumpkin and tstew. Being that this is a winner's bracket match, this isn't the end of either runner. VioletPumpkin will be going on to play Andy, and tstew will be dropping down to the loser's bracket, which I hate that name because everybody that has played in this tournament is phenomenal. Like the execution, everything is just unreal. Between these players. So definitely be sure to tune in to ZSR so you can catch more of the CrossKeys races, specifically VioletPumpkin and tstew. Go ahead and show them some love, get them some likes and follows, just so you know when they'll be playing. Big thank you to Liberal and CyberChow for commentating, as well as a big thanks to LateBit, my co-tracker. And as always, on behalf of ZSR, thank you so much for your support, because we definitely couldn't do it without you. And tune in for a lot more CrossKeys action here on ZSR. We'll see you later.
Good night, everyone.